I shall see you at the refugee camp. Hopefully they shan't be chagrined by my presence.
Greetings again. Hope that little day excursion you and I jawed about is going well. Patience or information? What's your poison? If you were running a less-than-legal group, would you want everyone knowing your agents' identities? I don't think so. Lots of folks in Sub Rosa have friends and family elsewhere. Auntie's Choice and the Protectorate predominantly, but some order. If their identities somehow got out, those friends and family are suddenly going to look like much juicier targets. It's safer for everyone this way. Always. For example, there's some kind of hoity-toity collector type parked upstairs. Supposedly, she's willing to sell some of her collection if you impress her. Laws.
No time to chinwag. More than a mite busy at the moment.
Remember, nothing's a crime if you never get caught.
Oh, come now, Prospero, you've been on that stage hundreds of times. This perturbation looks bad on you, and you're not one for looking bad. Terribly sorry you've got me ruminating. A man of my persuasion shouldn't stoop to such self-deprecation, especially in front of prospective customers. You've identified me properly. But information transference is the lifeblood of Free Market Station, and if you want a transfusion, you'll have to grant me a spot of help. I'm in charge of keeping the patrons of the saloon entertained. Normally this does not present an issue, but I learned that an old flame of mine shall attend my next performance. My resolve is uncharacteristically flagging. I find myself fixating on the most minute of issues. I need something to bolster my confidence. She knows my real name. Prospero's just a stage title, as it happens. There's a certain kind of intimacy that I fear shall be difficult to ignore. Liquid courage has never failed me, but I have a discerning palate. The automech chef in the bazaar sells my preferred brand of alcohol, though it can be headstrong. You see, I can't just drink any old swill from the bar. My refined palate can only stomach one drink. Iceberg aged whiskey. Something of a collector's item, I'm told. Now, if you'll excuse me, an artist must be granted solitude to properly amass his mental forces.
If you lost it, I'm selling it.
Stimulants, medicaments, drugs. Get your drugs here.
Buy from me and live to tell your fellows about my story.
Garment's here. Come ganderize.
Error. Welcome to our stall. We hope this is the first meal you ever have in your life. What may this unit rehydrate for you? Yes, Iceberg Aged Whiskey is currently on reserve for Prospero Paulo. Current customer is not Prospero Paulo. Unit cannot vend to current customer. Scanning error. Cannot ascertain identity of current customer. Purging all vending restrictions. Eliminating one restriction. Vending Iceberg Aged Whiskey complete. Thank you for your patronage. Shop here to acquire fine food for cheap.
As it happens, standing in one place and focusing on not being nervous does not, in fact, help one not be nervous. My friend. Excellent. Thank you. Very well. You wish to know about the crash, yes? Are you prepared for a sordid tale of drama and woe? You, my friend, remind me of my critics. Very well. Everyone knows that the free market's captain was a hopeless romantic, especially disposed to giving too much of her heart to those inclined to break it. The final betrayal came from a dashing rogue smuggler who vanished with most of her bits. The good captain had about all she could endure. Indeed she did. The crew attempted to wrest the controls from her to save them from their fate, but alas, too late! That's all I know. I thank you for your help once again, and now I must get ready for my set.
I'll be collecting the price on your head now, thank you. Very good. Our business is concluded.
Can't tell if you're a fixer or need fixing.
Keep your nose clean and your deals dirty.
Another challenger approaches. Prepare to be sent weeping from my curio collection. None have defeated my collections, and none shall. But I do so delight in a competition. Are you prepared to do battle? Cards, my dear, of the toss ball and pitch ball variety. I must see if your collection bests my own. Sporting! Let us do battle! A not unimpressive display, closing in on my own. With perhaps a handful more, you just might defeat me. But today, you do not. I cannot open my wares to any unless their collections rival my own. I hope you understand. Feel free to return once you have bolstered your ranks. But know that you shall still not defeat me.
This ain't the place to go poking your nose in other folks' business.
Sorry. Loitering ain't my crime of choice.
Protect your loved ones, protect yourself. Buy some new armor today.
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people, I've got it.
Anybody even listening to this? Let me sell you stuff. Hello once more. I guarantee you some of my inventions will be working soon. Oh, I prefer to focus on the present and the future, and not things that may or... Is this how one gets ahead in business? I suppose I ain't got a choice. Before it crashed, I served on the free market as a secondary engineer, first grade. Had a colleague who was very talented, but not very good at hiding it. Supervisor saw her as a threat and demoted her to the engine room. She wasn't the type to take a blow without dodging. In Auntie's Choice, there's politics among waste technicians. My colleague sabotaged the engines when her partner was on his mandated 2-minute break. When the free market attempted to breach orbit, well, just about everyone died. I made it to an escape pod on the port side. The ship landed on its starboard. I got lucky. Yeah, me too. Anyway, can we get back to subjects that aren't this? I got goods to sell.
Greetings. How has the data collection fared? Finally, a breakthrough. Let's hear it. How did the ACS free market meet its end? So the backstabbing nature of Auntie's Choice is hampering even the most basic of command chains. Good to know. Aside from the crash, what occurred in the ship's final moments? An incompetent captain and an incompetent crew. Tisk tisk. Last question. Were there any contributing factors to the crash? Anything that might recontextualize what actually happened? Failing to recognize ability? Seems Auntie's Choice is forgetting where upward enters into the phrase upward mobility. Thanks to you, my report is complete. Here, something for your considerable help. Auntie's Choice seems to be inundated with its own problems, technical and personnel alike. We should have ample opportunity to use this for propaganda purposes. I am. If Free Market Station survives the war, this will be a very important historical account. But if the order fails in Arcadia, none of that will matter. I'm just making the most of what you gave me. I'm glad we're of like minds. I'll be sure to notify my friends in the order that you can be trusted. Now I need to get this report to my superiors. Thanks again.
latest contraband came in. Looked like quite the haul.
Do you mind if I don't
Couple
pay you
dozen
no
Auntie's
mind?
choice sales logs. Some notes from the high-profile order.
Can't say I'm thrilled about aiding an arbiter, especially considering he ain't been forthcoming about his motives. Hope it don't come back to bite us. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander?
Think they made the statue big enough?
Bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your nearest station warden. Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
The station must have really been something before the war made its home here. If things escalate, might never be something again.
And have our fearless leader firing on empty. Let's get the crack. Looks like folks holed up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble. Voucher mech. Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate? The Order won't...
We got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's Mercy. Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment. With Omega Point Tea, available in standard and recaffeinated versions. A taste this transcendent can only be formulated by the owner of the ascendant.
Armed and ready.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Ain't meaning to pick an old wound here, but I was looking at your memorial the other day. To your old crew? You clearly shown it some care. It's good of you.
Really? You don't think it's too, morbid? Someone more well-adjusted would have probably moved on.
You have, Amara. Don't mistake respecting their memory for wallowing. Everyone leaves an impression. Ain't no harm in saying so.
You aiming to get a little shrine yourself once you pass on?
Ain't something I care about, seeing as I'll be dead. Though if you think I'm going anytime soon, you got another thing coming. I always planned on being the last one standing.
Damn this dust! Stay back! Oh, wait. You aren't one of those damn scrappers. Apologies, stranger. These eyes don't see as well as they used to. Perhaps it was fate you met me here. A capable sort like you is akin to an oasis in a hellish wasteland. So might you be willing to help an old, injured man with a simple task? I was injured attempting to scale that cliff face to the estate. Wouldn't do to have a fresh wound out in the open, where anything might happen upon me. So I hunkered down here. See, I came here to salvage my, memoir manuscripts. I left some files behind when I fled the estate after the war broke out. Tragic, yes, but what else was an old man to do? If you're keen to help, one file's in a locker in the tram station. The other's in the mansion, in the late vigilance quarters. Simple to collect, once you get past the scrappers. This is my handrail holding arm, you impudent rascal! Besides, does it look like I could manage in a fight against those brutes? I need your help, I'm afraid. Oh, bless your kindly nature. Do return promptly should you happen upon those, scribblings of mine. Silly old fool, coming here without aid. Be lucky to leave here alive.
Ready to waste. On your command. Looks like we're in for a hike. I was just thinking, you know what would make this climb better? Being shot at.
Need a hole to hide.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander. When even scavengers are falling on hard times, you...
One thing about Arcadians is they know how to build. Back on Tau Ceti, all we had was a minecart to push each other around in. What I wouldn't give for a little public transport right about now.
sure do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry, we can always craft us more.
So these Arcadians do appreciate the finer things. Guess it's only bad when Auntie does it.
Back up for grabs. Here's to the next residents being above felony.
is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in Arcadia's history, within a few days of my being assigned here. As far from protectorate society as possible, Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force, and moreover, it appears that our Order colleagues have betrayed us. At first, I lamented my isolation, but I've realized I was where I needed to be of service. The scores of abandoned subjects need a leader. I have enlisted the staff at these estates to help accept the first influx of still loyal protectorate refugees. More shall come. I shall lead them out of the shadows and into the light. For the good of the protectorate. This is my calling.
You've returned in one piece. Did you, perchance, acquire those, precious items we spoke about? Oh, don't you worry about that. Come now, hand them over. Ah, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. My handlers will be mighty pleased with these, indeed. Just a local logistical agent operating here on Sub Rosa's behalf. Undoubtedly, you've heard of us. She sent me here to collect these files. They were meticulously kept by the vigilant who lived here before the war. Prominent woman, knew many folk, before a landmine dashed such hopes. You think they'd let an ailing codger be the keeper of the coffers? Ha! Now, this little old spider has to get his affairs in order. Here's something for your troubles. Farewell. Before I forget, stop by Agent Kobor in Matriarch's Mercy if you ain't already. Helping me should be enough to get you past her lackey. Now get!